one-on-one conversation. 30 minutes of pure entertainment with musicians, writers, and actors to motivators, chefs, and even rappers to up-and-comings with the it factor. It's the Jazzy K Ward coming at ya. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs. Tune in, chime in, sit back, relax. Have fun, some smiles, a few laughs.
Called Feel That. Feel That is the name of the track, and that's what we're about to do. We're about to feel this time. Let's go.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I was just over here jamming to my boy, that's Jonathan J.C. Smith. Happy Monday, everyone. Welcome to Artist Talk, Jazzy After Dark, Season 5. This is episode 16, y'all. Wow. This is a season finale. I'm so excited about this show and this conversation. Chef D is here, and the one and only Dr. G, Dr. Chantel Graham is in the house. Please, everyone, go ahead and start sharing the video, share the live. Don't forget to go over to K Ward Radio, which is my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. KWardRadio.com is the website. Make sure you subscribe to that as well. And if you don't, you know what? Shame on you. Shame on you. Shame on you if you don't know our special guest tonight also. But you know what? I am ready to go ahead and kick off Artist Talk right now.
Live from WKRW, welcome to Artist Talk, a live one-on-one conversation with your host, the man with the golden voice, Jazzy K. Ward.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I am your host, Jazzy K. Ward. So glad to be here with you on this Monday, this hot Monday right here in Alabama. It's hot. It was like 90, maybe 96 degrees here. I don't know. It's hot, though. It hadn't got humid like it typically does here this time of year. But I'm so glad to see each and every one of you. Hope you had a great weekend. You know, I always say this, the weekend goes by way too fast, right? So wherever you are watching from around the world, whether you're watching on Facebook, you may be on YouTube, you may be on the Roku network, you may be on Soul TV. We thank you so much for your support right here of Artist Talk. Again, thank you always to each and every one of you, to Dr. G, Dr. Chantel Graham, also to Chef D, and each and every one of you. So tonight we're talking with multi-instrumentalist. He's a singer. He's also a producer. His name is Jonathan J.C. Smith. And before we start, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about this brother. Now, he was born to perform. Jonathan was influenced by his culture, his sounds of his community. Now, at a young age, he was grown to music. He just loved music. JC tries to perform music that speaks to fans all across the globe. And that's why this brother has that it factor. Now, he grew up in a small town of East Texas, Pittsburgh. I'm gonna have to ask him about that. His musical influences were Prince, George Benson, Nile Rodgers. Also in the smooth jazz genre, of course, you had Steve Cole, Bonnie James, Jeffrey Smith. Also, as well, he writes, arranges, and produces his own music. So November of 21, his debut album was Smooth Night. So we're going to talk about that and so much more. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's welcome to Artist Talk, international recording artist, Mr. Jonathan J.C. Smith.
Hello, everybody. Hello, Jazzy.
Hey, my brother JC, happy Monday to you.
Thank you. Happy Monday to you as well.
I'm loving the background. I'm loving the sweat. I'm loving everything you got on, my brother. Just tell us what you wearing tonight.
Oh, I'm wearing a cheap T-shirt, and I got a little bit of a style tip from my daughter. She said I need to upgrade my my swag. So got the ripped jeans and things like that. A little bunny hat, and I think you can call it like the old floppy hats, what we call it. So
Okay.
just a little cool style that we threw together, different ensembles, and came up with a style of that fits me.
I love that, and the glove too. Tell us about the glove.
The glove. My left hand, I do a lot with it on with the guitar and things. So it gives me a little bit of support and looks stylish at the same time. So a lot of people like that one glove. My anti Michael Jackson thing. I do it on the left side. I think he did the right. So I do that one glove on the left.
I love that, my brother. Again, happy Monday to everybody. I see, hey, Colleen, good to see you. Regina, Aduni, I hope I said your name right. My brother Kenneth Wynn, thank you all so much. Again, if you have questions for our guest tonight, please make sure you post them there in the comment section. We will do our best to answer those questions you may have. So, JC, I'm going to get into it. So I do this segment called The Real You.
Okay.
So it's just some questions I kind of randomly come up with. I just think about, so our audience can get to know you a little bit better. Let's say outside of your music career, your professional music career. Okay, how about that?
Okay.
So what's the biggest professional lesson you've learned in your life so far?
Oh, well, my biggest professional lesson, I would say it came while I was in the military. Um, it was where I learned that you have to learn to depend on others to do things that you normally would do yourself. When I gained a master sergeant stripe, I was going out to the field with my rest of my coworkers, and I was called over by a chief, and he asked me who you got out there with you. And I told him that I had this young airman and this young sergeant. He said, "Okay, why are you toting the toolbox?" And I say, "Oh, okay." He said, I didn't give you that. We didn't give you that stripe to continue to do that. We gave you the stripe to be a leader. So I had to learn to let others do things that I normally did myself. And that kind of followed me through my regular, after the military, joining with the company I work with, being a leader. So that was the biggest lesson that helped me out.
I like it. I thought to myself sometimes, I used to think, oh, my brother who who did almost 20 years Air Force, he just said, every young man needs to go in the military. And I think I needed some structure. I did not have a lot of structure, and I think the military probably I got it maybe a little way later in life, but I think it would have been very instrumental in my younger career, and then as I got older into my professional career.
Yes,
I
yes.
think that's good. Okay, I like that. Another question: what's the most
Okay.
trouble you got in as a kid?
Oh, I got it, man. We did a longer show for that. Uh, I got in a lot of trouble as a kid. I was the oldest,
Okay.
and we normally, uh, our mom, she wanted us to, be home. I was one of those, you had to be home by the time the night lights come on, the street lights come on.
Yeah.
So the most trouble I got with, we had this thing called Around the World. This is where me and my cousins and my friends, we get on bicycles. We go on this trail that took us forever to ride, but it took us a little longer to get back. And you could hear my mom yelling, "Chester!" and then them yelling for my younger brother.
Right.
And people say, "Oh, your mama, yeah, she calling for you." And we were rushing, trying to get home before those street lights came on.
Before
We
those
got
street
home. That street light came on right before I got to the house, about a block away. I was like, "Oh no!" So yeah, I learned a lesson there.
I
Don't
like
miss curfew.
don't miss curfew. I remember, growing up like that. It's just things were they're just different, right? They're
Yeah.
just they're just they're just different. Or your mom, like you knew the neighbors. If you were up the street, I met a friend. I mean, things were just different. I may not look like it, but I stayed in a lot of trouble.
I know where you're coming from,
I
man. I
know. So
did
you like
too.
like you said, JC, that's a whole nother show. That's a
Yes.
whole nother show. Well, here's another question for you on the Real You segment. Hey, everybody coming in. What do you wish? What did you wish your current self could tell your 25-year-old self?
Well, I would tell my 25-year-old self to pay attention to finances. I would take the finance route.
Okay.
There's a lot of things that, growing up in my community, young black man, black community, black side of town, that
Mhm.
we didn't really learn things about, how to take care of your credit, how to set things up financially to be successful later in life. And if there was some knowledge that I would have learned new back in when I was 25, things I would not have gone through. Some of the things I went through, I'm glad I did, because I
Yep.
learned a lot.
Right.
But it would have been nice to have that kind of knowledge back then and at that period of time. So,
Okay. Okay. I like that. See, those questions weren't too bad, was it, JC?
oh no, not at all. It made me think a little bit.
Made you think a little bit. Okay. Well, I appreciate you answering those questions. And again, everyone, I'm your host, Jazzy K. Ward, and you're watching Artist Talk. Our special guest tonight is multi-instrumentalist. He's a singer, he's a producer. We have Mr. JC Smith. Again, you can go over to jcsmithmusic.com is his website. Check out his music, buy his music, support these indie artists, support everyone that you see also that come on this live. I have to give a shout out, of course, to Colleen Ultimate Entertainment. My girl Sheila Singleton is hanging out with us tonight. But if you have questions or comments for our guests, make sure you post those and we'll get them started. So when we going into the show, JC, when we talk about music and we think about jazz, whether it's soul, whether it's gospel, rock, why should people care about jazz music?
Well, I would say this: jazz. It, it has a place because it connects with all of the different musics.
Okay.
If you listen to the backbone of a gospel, backbone of R&B and soul, you will if you strip out the lead vocals, plug in a lead instrument, you have jazz.
All
So
right.
it's basically, it has the foundation of everything else. Musicians, what I found with jazz musicians is they are very good at their craft. They know their instrument. They know most of them know the musical scales, and they're
Mhm.
very good at listening at other musicians and bouncing their ideas off of them and playing along with them.
Right.
So yeah, jazz, they should care about jazz because it gives them the basics of the music that they listen to.
Right. So, going back to your younger self and growing up, I have to ask you about this East Texas, Pittsburgh, this small town. Now
Yeah.
that sounds like one of those small towns, JC, where you had a church, you was at church every Sunday, all day. It just seems like one of those kind of towns.
At church on Sunday, Wednesday, Tuesday. Uh, you were in church every Sunday, and I grew up in a holiness church. I also grew up in my father's church, Metropolitan Baptist Church. Shout out
Okay.
to everybody at Metropolitan back in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Um, and we were very, it's a very close community. Several churches, and everybody that I knew went to one, and we knew, everybody knew each other. All the parents knew each other. Um, we all went to the same school. There's only one school. After the desegregation thing happened back in the late '70s, we early '70s rather. We had one school, and everybody went there. We all knew each other, grew up, and became close and stayed close. So that's the kind of town Pittsburgh was.
Okay.
And we still stay close as we get older. My class reunion is coming up later this. I hope some of y'all are watching tonight. It's coming up later this year, and I plan to be there and catching up with a lot of people. So
That's
it's very, very, very great town to grow up into.
okay. Are you ready for the class reunion? What,
Uh, yeah, I think I am. I think I am. I'm
okay.
still holding up pretty good.
You're pretty.
And drop a few more pounds, I'd be all right.
I understand. So we have a question for you, and it's from Sheila, and she said, if you were not doing music, what would you be doing?
Ah, well, if I wasn't doing music, I probably would be more into athletic training, stuff
Okay.
like that. My I raised two of my kids. Grew up to be athletes in college. One was a running back. Actually, for ETBU, and he ended his career before he ran out of eligibility at Prairie View A&M as a running back. And my daughter, she before she decided to pursue other aspects, she was a track star. She ran for UTEP,
Okay.
University of Texas El Paso, before she transferred to
Okay.
North Texas, University of North Texas. So I would be doing that kind of thing. I was pretty successful, turning two kids into two top notch athletes,
That's
and
right.
I think I could have made a good run at that.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Hey, Deb. So what first what got you into music?
Well, I was surrounded by music.
Mhm.
Um, growing up, being in the church, you surrounded by music. My parents, my mom, they bought me a toy drum set. I think when I was like 6 or 7,
Okay.
and that quickly, and she did that because I used to play the drums on the uh pots and pans in the kitchen. So she got tired of that and got me a drum set, and it kind of went from that. In the church, we had different instruments. So they gifted me a Les Paul guitar.
Oh wow.
I wish I still had that thing. It'd be worth some money these days.
Understood.
But I learned to play that guitar probably at the age of 9.
Mhm.
Um, and then I just went from there. I was recruited in the 5th grade to be part of a new boys choir
Okay.
that a director named Tom Franks, and
Okay.
his wife Carolyn Franks. Think that's her name. I hope I'm not messing up her name. Somebody will correct me. Uh, Mr. Franks, he was recruiting voices to be in the boys choir. At that time, I had a low voice to be a fifth grader. So
Okay.
he recruited me to be in the boys choir for Pittsburgh Camp County Boys Choir, and I started there, and basically I've been in music ever since.
Oh wow, I love that because you just seemed like in high school, JC. I was going to ask you, did you have a band or group? I just believe you had a group. You and some other, did you have a group?
Yeah, I did have a group. We were really a friend of mine. We were basically trying to be stars, trying to be rock stars. But we I ended up having a gospel group actually
Okay.
that would travel from different churches, playing in different churches. And really, the star of that group was probably my youngest brother, Tyrone.
Wow.
He was my drummer, and he was like 7. playing the drums, and everybody just gravitated toward him. I'm the lead singer with the lead guitar and
Oh,
everything, but everybody was looking at him. He was on the drums, so we had a very good time doing that. My teenage years before I left Pittsburgh.
wow. I love that. I was going to ask you, do you remember, JC? Do you remember your very first concert that you attended, like by yourself?
By
You remember?
myself. Um, well, the actually first concert I attended, um, it was with I wasn't by myself. I'm with my wife. It's not my wife
Okay.
now.
Okay.
Roger and Zapp.
Wow.
I was at their concert, and
Okay.
that was back when we had a radio station here. It's still here, K104. They used to give free concerts, and they had Roger and Zapp singing for free. We
Wow.
showed up there, so it was the first time I got to see Roger live, and it was that kind of let me know what it was like to see a big time artist perform like that
Right.
live.
When you see groups like, Roger and Zapp, was there anything that you can recall that you remember maybe that you incorporate maybe in your own sound or producing and arranging from them?
Oh yes. Roger, everybody. I'll use the talk box every once in a while. I've got the tube and everything to keep synthesizing. I do that. I actually did that in one of my Christmas songs. I did remake. You're all I want for Christmas. That
Yeah.
you'll see that. I actually did a video with that one, and I used the talk box. But what really hit me with Roger was not only his bass lines, but his guitar work. He's one of the best guitarists I've ever heard,
Wow.
and I listened to a lot of the things he did, and used and incorporated in what I did.
Okay. I love that. So, hey, everybody, I'm Jazzy K. Ward, your host. And again, our special guest tonight is recording artist Jonathan J.C. Smith. Don't forget to go over to his website. He has music available, he has merchandise. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about new music, other things he's working on, and he's going to perform for us. So, what we're going to do, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back and we're going to have more great conversation right here on Artist Talk.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Levine here, and wondering if you've watched Artist Talk with Jazzy K. Ward. Well, if not, please join him on Mondays on Facebook Live or YouTube at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And you know what happens if you don't? You know what we're going to say, right? Well, here it comes. Shame on you.
Thank you, my friend, Mr. Michael Levine. Make sure you check out Michael Levine. He's an amazing artist. Again, welcome back to Artist Talk. This is Jazzy K. Ward. Our special guest is multi-instrumentalist. He's a singer. He's a producer. He's a motivator. He has that it factor, y'all. His name is J.C. Smith. So, JC, I know you're going to perform something for us. So, I think the first song, is it Chillin' Tonight?
Chilling tonight.
Tell us, Chillin' Tonight, what is that about?
Chilling tonight. That's a song just about just you and your significant other just relaxing for the night. Let's chill.
Hey,
You just grab if you got the backyard, grab your nice latte, or
mhm,
grab your a nice daiquiri or something, and go out there and chill with the moonlight and the little torches going. Keep those
I know.
mosquitoes away and just relax.
And that's what music's supposed to give you a chill. It's supposed to give you a vibe. It's supposed to make you feel good. You're having a glass of wine or Kool-Aid, whatever you're drinking, y'all.
Yes.
But that's what it did. I love the song, especially when the vocals come in there. But we're going to talk about that. But ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, recording artist JC Smith. And this is, hey, y'all, let's chill tonight right here on Artist Talk. Hey, y'all, I was over here grooving. Let's chill tonight. Even though, I'm drinking water, you know, I could use a glass of wine. I could use a little glass of wine. Again, ladies and gentlemen, that was multi-instrumentalist, vocalist, singer, producer, uh, Jonathan J.C. Smith. Go over to jcsmithmusic.com. I was reading some of the comments, people loving it. Sheila said, she put her skates on. She can ride to this. Kenneth said it. Also, do you have any CDs? But he said it reminded him of Dinner in a Movie. I think there was a song by Ronald Isley.
Yeah, Dinner in a Movie. I remember that one.
And he said he's getting that vibe. Deb said it is sweet. It is so
Thank
sweet.
you.
She loves that. And also, do you have any CDs available that's for sale?
Well, I will say this. Here's this right here.
Okay.
Got that I do sell those on my website, and we didn't make specifically CDs. We had these USB cards. Basically, is a card that you stick in the USB and play all the music. Instead of making CDs, we did these, and I am going to make some CDs just for that album, and from now on make some from other albums as well, because people still like those. But we went with the USB cards for this particular album, and I do have some of those still available, limited amount. And thing about it, whenever you get them from our website, I will sign every last one that sells. So
okay. So they can purchase that still on the website.
They can purchase it on the website. Yes.
Okay, and he will sign it. So Kenneth, y'all. So everybody, by the sound of my voice, for those who even go back and watch the replay, right? Please, it's about support indie artists. A lot of these they're not signed to major labels. JC is not getting $1 million advance or $100,000 advance.
Sure.
This money is coming out of these artists. This is coming out of their pocket, y'all. So again, as Dr. G always says, as much money as we spend on Starbucks and everything else that we buy, but music lasts forever. You can have this forever. So buy one for your house, buy one for your car. Okay. Again, go over to jcsmithmusic.com. We're going to have more conversation for JC. He's going to also perform another smashing hit off of his album for us. And we can't wait. And I just saw my bestie, Nicole, is here from Jersey. She's on the line, the owner B. Thank you so much. So we're going to go to Dr. Graham with Mind, Body, and Soul, and we're going to have more conversation with our special guest, recording artist J.C. Smith, right after this.
It's time for Health and Wellness Check-In with Dr. Chantel Graham. Tips for the mind, body, and soul.
What?
Sorry. Oh, I was still playing my music. Sorry.
You chilling tonight. You just shame on you. I love it.
I know. Let me put my little guitar down. How's it going, Jazzy?
It is going good, Doctor. There's something different about you tonight. It's like a glow. It's something. What is it?
I got some new lights I'm trying out. That's all. It ain't me. I don't take credit for that. Amazon.
I got you. I love it. Did you have a good weekend?
It's always too short, but I made it.
Sorry. You made it.
And see, now she in the back talking. That's Amazon in the back. I can't even say the name, and it's just be ready to shop for me. I just don't have no money right now. But anyway, it's June. It's our season finale, and it's Men's Health Month. So I figured we try to combine all that together. So I'm going to go through a little couple of questions with you, Jazzy, like you like to question other people. Let's go with some questions with you. This is going to be a little easier. I'm thinking a little bit easier. We're going to do true and false. How about that? You got a 50-50 chance of getting it right. Okay. Hey, Colleen.
Okay.
True or false? Women outlive men by at least 5 years.
That's true.
That's true. Okay. Ding, ding, ding. You got one. I'm trying to make it easy because last time you didn't do too good. You got to redeem yourself. Okay. Heart disease isn't the number one killer for men. It's not.
That's true, because it's more in women.
It's true or false. Don't be trying to go through all that. Just trying to feel me out. And tell Chef in the
That's
back, I ain't
true.
asking him, I'm asking you. Okay, sure. Ding, ding, ding. Who is more, this is not a true or false. Who is more likely to get kidney stones, men or women?
Women.
Wrong, men,
Oh.
unfortunately. Let's see. Who's more likely to get type 2 diabetes, men or women?
Men.
Okay. I mean, let's go. This is Men's Health Month, so the answer was going to be men. That you should have knew that when I first started.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It's like
One of the reasons why we have men that are getting these diseases faster or diagnosed later on is because men don't go to the doctor.
Yeah. Right.
I'm a manly man. I can handle this. You know, we don't have mental health problems. We will let Jesus fix it. Or I'm a man. I'm not supposed to have these problems. Men, you have to realize men are dying at least 5 years before women. Not because we're nags and we always right. It's just because you men just don't go to the doctor. I'm just saying. Another big thing too is when it comes to cancer, 43% of cancer in men falls into one of four categories: colorectal, lung, prostate, or testicular. Do you realize that there are 230,000 men diagnosed with prostate cancer every year, and at least 30,000 of them die because they don't go to the doctor? You got, and not Dr. Google. Don't sit there and talk to your mama and think she's gonna give you a remedy for it. You have to get into. Yes, men are in denial. They just don't want to get it. You got to realize that men. Here's another fun fact: men make up 55% of the workforce, yet 92% of workforce death is men.
Men.
Dying of heart attacks, not going to the doctor, different ailments, but mostly because we don't listen. A big thing is heart disease. You got to realize that in men, it is the leading cause of death in men, and they're dying 10 years before women because they're not being diagnosed. And you know how the story goes. I just saw so-and-so. He looked good. Now he gone.
There you go.
Silent killer. You realize that one person dies every 36 seconds from heart disease.
Right.
One person every 36 seconds. So in the time that we do this chat, we probably got about 5 or 6 deaths. So you have to go and get those annual physicals, get the prostate exam. People, I know it's not enjoyable. We hear the whole shenanigans about why we don't do this, why we do that. But go in and get it checked out. It's not that bad. Yeah, I'm a woman. I can say that it's not that bad when you think about the long-term effects and how it could save your life. Okay, so stop playing around. Get it together. Not Dr. Google. Go get your prostate checked. We get older, get your colon checked. A lot of us don't know both our maternal and paternal side of history. So a lot of us are getting diagnosed with colorectal cancer earlier. So please go get checked out. Take care of yourself, men. It's okay not to be okay. What's not okay is not getting help. Men get stressed out. They got to find that safe place. If you don't want to talk to your spouse, you can always email me and I will refer you to someone that will help you out, because men are ashamed to talk about things. Y'all know my email is available all the time, drgraham@theapplife.info. Strictly confidential, but please leave 2 forms of ID and insurance card while you're there. No, I'm just playing. I wouldn't charge you for it. But it doesn't matter what state you're in. I can find you someone that can give you that great help that you need. There's just so many people that's out there. So stop playing around, men. Get it together. Just like we want to be around, we need you guys to be around too.
That's true.
Because who else we going to nag?
I know.
If we don't nag you guys, who we going to nag?
Oh,
You just got to stay around a little bit longer. That's all, you know.
That's right. That's right, Doctor. And let them know about, again, everybody. We want this book to get bestseller
If
list.
you guys
Nia,
stop playing,
the Germinator.
get her out there. Let me see if I can find her. You know, Nia is never too far. Grab your copy, like Chef D and my other guy on here, Jazzy, always say, grab 2 copies. One for your house, one for your friends, one for your, and if you don't have kids, that's fine. Buy one and donate it to your local library. See, look at there. And just like J.C. Smith, I will autograph my copies too. Y'all know that, okay? You don't want to get it from me. You want to get free shipping. I understand. It's on Amazon. It's on Goodreads. It's on Barnes and Nobles. It's where any books are sold. I should do a commercial. Any books are sold.
Wherever books are sold, right? You should get the book. I mean, I don't have kids, but I read the book. I have, well, my niece and nephew, they're older now, but it does. I'm an adult. I still read the book.
Right. Yeah, that's right. Got your copy. Ultimate.
Yeah, Ultimate. He got his copy. It is everybody to order a copy. You got a cousin, a friend, a neighbor.
I'll give you a little peek inside. You get little adventurous. Come on inside. Look, come on in the room.
Come on in.
Grab your book, okay? And you get a nice little footprint, a little bookmark.
Yeah. Don't you love bookmarks? I love bookmarks.
I love book. I still love turning those pages.
I love turning.
So I know this is a bittersweet moment. Like it's the end of the season.
I know it's the season finale of the show. It has, Dr. G, you know, it's been great. We're ending the show with JC.
Is we got all these artists on here. And I'm trying to understand how come I haven't gotten a phone call. I got my mic ready and my guitar. Now, granted, I understand it's the guitar from my PlayStation 4 for Guitar Hero, but that's all right. I can still make it work. If I'm in the background singing, nobody don't know the difference anyway.
I love it. Dr. G, but we also need you, you know, chilling tonight, you know, smooth, nice, you know, JC CD in the OR. Would you play it in the OR?
Brown liquor songs. That's going to help with the sedation. Put that on it to get a little mellow out, give a little juice to the arm. This is going to be great. You know, we got to play him, got to get that in the rotation. We will be doing that as soon as tomorrow. That's and right. If I didn't do it, hashtag
shame on you.
But I will do it. I will comply. I must comply.
I appreciate that, Dr. G. And can you stick around for the rest of
it? I'm here for the whole thing. I can't wait. Play some more music. Listen, I'm on standby.
Yeah, maybe you and JC. I mean, JC can do a duet.
Let's not go too far now. I know my limits, but I'll stay in the background. I just need to go into it. I'll stay in the background.
Well, Ultimate said he needs you on his new track.
Okay, there we go. That's right. I'm ready.
Thank you, Dr. G.
See you guys soon. Take care.
Take care. It's Dr. G, Dr. Chantel Graham. We just love Dr. G. So, you know, everybody, let's bring our special guest back into the room. Jonathan J.C. Smith, as we say, come on in the room. Let's bring our guest back into the show. What's up, my brother?
Oh, it's great. Dr. G, you have an open invitation anytime. Okay. Anytime.
Yeah. And, you know, hey, if you need somebody to open up the show, JC, when you go on tour, you got Jazzy K Ward. You know, hey, I can open up the show for you and Dr. G. How about that? Me and Ultimate Entertainment, we can take turns. We can open up the show. We can add Heidi Tan in the show or whoever else wants to be on the show.
Yeah, thank you, Heidi. Thank you, Kenneth. I just saw that. Thank you.
Yeah, Kenneth said he just purchased the USB release. I appreciate you, my friend Kenneth. That's what it's all. It's all about support. But let me tell you, your music is. I mean, when you listen at music today, and I listen at your music all the time on Spotify. When I'm sitting here at home and I'm listening on my Spotify playlist, you know, JC had JC, and I keep calling you JZ almost. JC Smith. Little tongue twisted there, little tongue tied. Yeah, but I sit there and listen, and your music, it's eclectic and it has its own sound, you know, JC. So it's like you don't sound like anybody else, which is, you know, you have. So I was gonna say, like, how did you come up? I know you're a producer, you're a arranger, you probably produce for other people. Like, what's your concept when you're getting ready to say write a song like "Chillin' Tonight"? Or even your latest one we're going to talk about is what's the new
August Nights.
August Nights.
August Nights.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you when I write the music, like this particular album, some of the songs, they were written to be hip hop songs. So and then I get into my partner. My partner. Shout out to Craig Mike. He's the owner of Strong Arm Records. Okay. I was doing a lot of writing, producing for him and his groups that he had under him, and a lot of them I was trying to say, hey, y'all need to do this, like Chillin' Tonight. that was supposed to be a hip hop song, and they were like, no, 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 dude. I was like, man, this thing's a hit. Come on. So I took that one, and I took a few others that I was I was producing to be hip hop,
Mhm.
and changed the flow a little bit and made them smooth jazz,
Okay.
and that's probably why I sound a little different than a lot of the smooth jazz artists that are out there, because I might be coming
Mhm.
from a different angle than they did uh, to begin with. But to me, the music, you have to give it a genre. You have to label it some way so they'll know where to play it.
Right.
But you got to make it acceptable and listenable by
Right.
various people from different genres. That way, it could be successful. So that's
Right.
what I did with that album.
Okay. I love that. And I know I want you to talk a real bit about the Science Lab Studio. And that's what you're in now, right?
This is the science lab, the science lab studio. It's called that. I think my wife probably gave me that idea for that the name of the studio, mainly because when I'm in the studio, like I've got drums over here, I've got a bass
Mhm.
guitar,
Mhm.
guitar behind me, keyboard, another guitar. I'm surrounded by instruments in this thing,
Mhm.
and it looks like to them they say that I look like a mad scientist in this laboratory producing stuff. So that's why we came up with the Science Lab Studio. Uh,
Okay.
just me being playing all the instruments, doing all the vocals and everything like that. It is like a mad scientist just going crazy in his lab.
Okay. I love that, my brother. So here's a question from Nicole. She says, what non-artistic hobby do you believe influenced your creative process the most?
Non-artistic hobby. Um,
Mhm.
huh. Well, I, I guess everything I did has been kind of artistic. Even
Mhm.
when I would do things, it takes a little bit of artistic artistry to do it. I used to make cars. Uh, I take it tell you this. I was good at electronics, and what I would do, things that would break, like radios, cassette players, things like that. I would actually take them apart. I would take these things apart just to see what they were made of, and then I'll see a burnt resistor in there or something. I said, huh. And then I found out what that was, and I figured out how to solder stuff, and I started fixing electronics when I was
Wow.
a young teenager. So that helped me do things like I'm doing now. Like I'll take a guitar. It don't have to be an expensive guitar. I take it completely apart, put new pickups in it, new strings. Next thing you know, I've got a $300 guitar that's just as good as a $3,000 guitar. You know,
Wow.
just from what I learned doing that thing. So I guess you can call that a non-artistic hobby. That
Yeah.
helped me doing what I'm doing right now.
Hey, my friend Garrett. Yeah, I love that. That was a great question because that was good. I was always pretty good with my hands, right? So I love JC trains. And
Yes.
I would love to take trains apart and build trains until I had this one episode at my grandmother's house, y'all. I was trying to put a train together and hooking up all these wires, the thing that caught a fire. And everybody said, what is that boy up there building up there in that room? And I just said, I'm surprised I didn't really major in engineering, but I would
Yeah.
love to take things apart and put them back together. But when you think about that's kind of see with your music. Your music, it has so many parts to it. It has so many spices, so many jalapeno peppers and flavors and all those seasonings in that music, right? Y'all, can you
Yes.
believe
Yes.
that?
I
That's
can
what
hear you.
that's what Jay that's what I believe your music has, my brother. And so what are you currently like working on now?
Well, I'm working on my next album. I'm basically I'm about halfway done with it, and it's gonna be it's not going to be a change from what I did on Smooth Nights, but it's going to have a little bit more vocals in it. I've got some other artists that are playing with me.
Okay.
On one of the track, I got to thank shout out Oddly Reed. He came in and he did sax part for me for a song in there called "Waiting for You."
Wow.
And that one That one's gonna be a very nice one. I might have to put it out first, but Otley did a great job on the saxophone part.
Yeah.
I'm very honored. It was Mr. Keith G.
Okay.
The jazz man. He's the one that hooked that up. He listened to the song and said, "Hey, we need to put some saxophone in this." I'm like, okay, I don't play saxophone, but he found me a very good one, and he did a very good job. So I'm looking forward to that to the completion of that album. It'll be out probably late this fall or beginning of next year.
Okay, I love that. So Chef D says, question, what are your ingredients for making a great song?
Oh well, I it's got to have one of three things to begin with. I'm either going to start it out with a vocal idea, where I've got an idea of what the vocals are going to be, and then I'll put the music around it, or I've got a killer bass line and drums to go that it's gonna lay down. That bass line is everything is going to be wrapped around it, or it's going to be basically an idea of what I'm trying to do. But the elements are either the bass line or the vocal melody. A lot of times I will start out with a piano. Depends on what type of song it is, but that's
Okay.
what normally does it.
I love that. I like that. So, hey, everybody, I'm Jazzy K. Ward, your host for Artist Talk Jazzy After Dark. Our special guest is recording artist, multi-instrumentalist. He's a singer, he's a producer, he has the it factor. Mr. J.C. Smith is our special guest. He's going to perform one of his another smashing hit called August Nights. So, Chef D, let's take a quick break. We're going to come back. He's going to perform for us, have some more conversation a little bit. And there's another question I want to ask you, but I'll ask you once we come back right here on Artist Talk.
Hi, I'm international recording artist Marcella Music. Make sure you tune in every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time to Artist Talk with Jazzy K. Ward. And if you don't, shame on you.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. And JC, so there's a question. They said, do you write any jingles?
I have not written jingles. I am thinking about it though, because I was asked that question today. But I have not written any jingles, but I could definitely do it if asked, if the opportunity becomes available.
I do. I love that. So, my brother, so the new song, August Nights. Tell us, what is August Nights? What are August? Well, in August Nights, I could tell you in Alabama, it's hot.
August Nights is very hot here as well. But the good thing I like about August Nights, is you mainly have clear skies, which brings those stars. And I used to remember the August Nights where we would go down to the woods, and you got the lightning bugs and everything's flying and lighting it up, and it's just a mystical part of the evening. August Nights was basically the first jazz tune that I wrote, and it gave me that feel of an August night in the country, where you got that cool breeze coming off a stream somewhere. So.
All right. I love it, my brother. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, J.C. Smith, and this is August Nights right here on Artist Talk.
Thank you.
Was he showing out? Was that brother was JC showing out, y'all? Did y'all hear that? Was you? Can you teach me that in about a month to play that,
Which
JC?
part?
The guitar
The
part.
guitar part I can teach you in a few minutes.
And
It's just a couple of chords in there. It's just doing a little rhythmic thing I learned. I actually learned that rhythmic style. There's a gentleman I got to really shout out. His name was Sammy Kennedy. And when I was young, just picking up a guitar, he took the time out. I was sitting there making a lot of noise, playing in church, making a lot of noise on guitar, which was noise, but they let me do it. But he took the time out to actually show me how to do some chords, and he had this rhythm how he played that reminded you a lot of Niles Rodgers. So when people hear me do that, they think I got it from Niles. Well, I actually got it from Mr. Sammy Kennedy. He's passed on, and I'll always remember him and honor him for what he did for me when I was a young kid.
wow, I love that. Well, JC, when I watch you play, and I think that is so important for all artists, you seem to really love what you do. How important is that to you?
Oh, it is very important. I growing up, I followed the stars like Prince and all of them, and I wanted to be like them. I wanted to follow in their footsteps as a teenager. And I actually tried, and sneaking in the clubs before I was 20, playing in those clubs, and
Right.
and I really tried to do that, and it's just it's just amazing that later on in my life, after I kind of stepped back from it as I raised my children and got them through college and through school, that I'm able to actually do it again
Right.
later on and follow through on that dream.
Okay, I love that. And so here's a question from Gary Smoot. He said the
So
keyboard sounds like it's a Roland. Is it a Roland?
it is a Roland. It is a Phantom '08. And yeah, it's got that. He probably recognizes that's that RD 1000 keyboard sound in it. So he probably very familiar with it.
Right. There's a comment from, I don't know if you know, oh my God. So Chef J said, I can hear from, so we have recording artist Ona B, who's here. And Chef D was saying, I could hear a remix from
Oh,
lyricist. She's a lyricist. She's a poet. She's a motivator. The Ona B, I could hear her on a remix on that. Maybe y'all should link up.
Ona, hit me up
Ona
anytime.
B. Ona B. I love that. She's amazing. So Charles Thompson is another amazing artist, and Castella is here. Gary Smoot,
Hotels.
Heidi
How you doing?
Tan is here. So many amazing. I hope I didn't miss anybody. So Charles says, hey, Jazzy, tell my musical brother JC that I said hello, and he is so proud of you.
Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you.
Yeah, and everybody, please go to the website, check out his other music. And I know we're like running over time, but I wanted to mention, check out JC. He also has a Christmas track that is available. I know the holidays will be coming up. Holidays start for me early. I start playing Christmas music probably in October. I just like Christmas music. Okay, so he has Christmas, All I Want for Christmas. And I wanted you to speak real briefly, about, I love the song you did, Letter to Mama.
Oh yes.
Which
Yeah.
I play, and I'm not going to go into my spiel, but why is that song so special to you, and why did you write that song?
I wrote that song. That song was written for my mom. My mom. She passed away a couple years ago. I actually wrote it a long time ago, back when I was just left this area in the Air Force. I was stationed in Alaska with me and my young bride, my wife Lauren, and basically it was me, telling her, hey, all the things that you taught me, I see what you meant. I see why you said it to me now. And it's basically a letter to her, thanking her for everything she did for me, and that song is my remembrance of her. So
Okay.
no matter what, it will always be out there on the internet. Always.
Yeah. I don't want to play a snippet. it's nothing like your mama. Mama's
Oh,
it's
oh
just
yeah, oh
nothing.
yeah.
It's nothing like your mama. So real quick before we go, y'all, I want to play a snippet of J.C. Smith. This is Letter to Mama. Here we go. I love that. Make sure you check that out, Letter to Mama, and all of J.C. Smith's his music. And also check out, go to the website. Tell us real quick, J.C., about your merchandise. You got some shirts, I think some hats too.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't have very many of the shirts. I have to special order. I do have the hats. And you can send me
Okay.
your address. I will make sure you get one of these in the mail. That is my logo. That is the J Sound Productions logo. That's me with my one of my guitars. I have the hats, and I have the knit caps, which are very good when it comes that time of the year to wear them. So I do have that merch available. And some of it is in stock and ready to ship when if anybody wants to purchase any.
Okay. So see,
There it is. Right
there it is right there. Y'all go order, support all these amazing artists, these indie art. Hey, my friend Candace Woodson is on the line. Trying to be perfect. I love her song, y'all. She got a new song, but a
there.
remix. But JC, his hats, go get a hat. And you see they're in a range of colors. Go get support all these amazing artists. And JC, let people know what's the best way to contact you and reach you if they want to get in contact with you.
Well, the best, easiest place is the jcsmithmusic.com website. It's got all of my social media. It's got my email address. You send a message on the website, it goes to my email address. Um, I got two Facebook accounts. One is my artist page, which is the JC Smith account, and of course, my personal account. It's better if you want music, follow my JC Smith artist page. If
Mhm.
you want to hear about Texas Longhorns and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna get there if you follow the other page, because I do talk a lot of noise during the season.
Okay.
But I'm very reachable via social media,
Okay.
or mainly the JC Smith Music, which has my link to Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Okay. And Colleen said, do you have t-shirts? Any t-shirts?
I don't have t-shirts yet, but
Okay.
I am going to get them. Really, I
Okay.
am.
Okay.
Thank you,
So
Colleen.
continue to check out the website. Thank you all, everybody. And JC, my final question for you is what's the best piece of advice you've gotten in your music career or just your career period?
Wow. I mentioned him before. Keith Gilchrist. He basically, when we first met, he gave me a list of things that I need to do, and it just so happened that I did a lot of them. I created a website. I made a social media that was specifically for music, which is my artist page, and stay active on the social media so people can know that you're around.
That's
So
right.
those are the three things you
That's
really should do.
right. And I think that's great. That's some great advice. That's some great advice, my brother. JC, this, the hour, it doesn't seem like we've been on an hour, right? Time
Right. It just flew by.
flies. It flew by. So that means I need you to come back on the show. When we come back for season 6 of Artist Talk, that will return in September, y'all. And look for some great new things, some artists, some other artists coming back. We're talking about stuff. Please go over to jcsmithmusic.com. Please support all of these amazing, talented, gifted indie recording artists. My brother, anything else you want to share with us? I know August Nights is coming out. That's
Yes, August Nights is going for a radio release. It's available right now on iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. My website, jcsmithmusic.com. You can purchase it there. You can go to Amazon. You can tell Alexa, don't say it too loud because she might hear me. Tell Alexa to play it, she'll pull it right up. She's gotten used to hearing the name JC Smith and Smooth Nights. Say those two names together, it'll play my whole album. So
Okay. I'm gonna say that tonight. As soon as I get off of here, I'm gonna say that tonight.
Play the album Smooth Nights by JC Smith. Boom, she'll play it.
And she'll play it. My brother, I just want to tell you, continued success to you. Whatever I can continue to do in my small little corner here, I will always continue to support you and your music. And you're always welcome to come back on the show. And I can't wait to hear the other great things that I know JC Smith is going to do. So continued blessings to you.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here. I had a great time. Thank you, everybody out there.
Thank you. And can you stick around for just a second?
I sure can.
Right. Thanks so much. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much. Another great show, the season finale. This is season 5, episode 16. We had an amazing time, right? With multi-instrumentalist, motivator, singer, producer, Jonathan J.C. Smith. Thank each and every one of you. My friend Charles Thompson, thank you so much. The Owner B, Costella, Colleen, the Owner B, Candace Woodson, Lauren. Hey, everybody. I hope I didn't miss anybody, but this has been a great time. I'm looking forward to coming back on the show and having all these other great, amazing artists over on the show. Don't forget to go over to K Ward Radio, my YouTube channel, subscribe, kwardradio.com. I have to thank, can I bring Dr. G back on, please? Just to, Dr. If we can bring Dr. G.
What's going on?
Dr. G, another great show, the season finale. I have to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are simply amazing. Thank you so much for being my friend. And I just want to thank you. And any words you want to say before we
send me my check, please? No, I'm just teasing. I just want people to know that we're here for you. Just because the show is going to go on a little hiatus because of the summer, you can always still email me. Take care of yourselves. It's getting hot outside. Be easy. Don't do too much. Just love life. Don't take it so serious. One day at a time. And if you make a mistake, don't think of it as a mistake. Think of it as a learning experience. Get back up and try again the next day.
I love that. And Gary Smoot said, my Steelers partner, Dr. G.
Black and yellow, black and yellow, black. Don't hate people. Don't hate. Because how many rings y'all? I can't with you, Chef. We still got 6 rings. We still got 6.
You still got 6 rings, right? You know, even though the show is on a hiatus, it may be some shows you miss, so it'll be repeat shows. Please support the show. Right. Still go back and report the show. But again, Dr. G, I hope you have a safe trip. I know you're heading out of town. And have a safe trip. And of course, we'll be talking. And again, thank each and every one of you from the sound of my voice that support the show, that go back and watch the show, whether you stay the entire show, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. I appreciate each and every one of you and all of your support. K Ward Radio, that's my address. If you'd like to send me any music, if you would like to support the show, there's that information there. Join me. You can still hear me on Saturday mornings from 8 a.m. to 12 noon on 90.7, which is the Alabama State University's jazz station. And again, I hope you guys have a great rest of the week. Make sure you take care of yourself. And as always, be kind to others. We'll see you soon.
Hi, this is saxophonist D. Lucas, and you have just watched Artist Talk with my man, Jazzy K. Ward. Hey, check him out every Monday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on his Facebook Live or YouTube. And if you don't, shame on you.
Artist Talk. It's the Jazzy K. Ward coming at ya.